While you may have written off a newsletter as being out of date and boring, well, they actually have the potential to make you a ton of money. I'm talking in the millions. A newsletter business aims to grow an engaged community of subscribers that are coming back on a daily or weekly basis to hear from the creator that they're subscribed to. And larger companies are seeing huge value in this, acquiring some of these newsletters for tens of millions of dollars. For example, Morning Brew. So Business Insider acquired the 5-year-old company for $75 million. Another example is The Hustle, which HubSpot acquired for $27 million. Now this is just crazy money, especially when setting up a newsletter business requires such little capital and just a little bit of creativity. So what is an email newsletter business? Well, also known as email blogging, a newsletter business is basically a weekly or daily piece of content that is sent out to an audience, and it makes you money. It's super low cost to set up with very little capital or experience required. So it sounds pretty simple, right? Much like an influencer on TikTok or Instagram, you have the opportunity to make big bucks from valuable content that you're sharing with your audience that entertains, educates, or inspires them. But unlike being an influencer on social media, where you're spending a lot of time and effort to create this audience and this following in a place that you have zero control over, an email newsletter business is allowing you to build an email list of subscribers that you own, that's an asset in your own business. While the average open rate of an email newsletter is around 25%, the average reach on Instagram is 4.7%, and on Facebook it's only 1.9%. That means if you have 10,000 people on your email list, 2,500 people will open them. In contrast to your followers on social media, if you have 10,000 followers on Instagram, only 470 people will see the post, and on Facebook, 190 people will see it. So it's pretty compelling stuff that you want to invest your time and energy creating content in a newsletter, because this is not only a way for you to directly make money, but it is a way to create an audience that you own and that you have complete control over. So how do you get started? Well, there's two avenues you can take. You can either be a curator of content or a knowledge expert. So a curator is really the easiest place to get started, especially if you're interested in a topic, but you're not actually an expert in it. You're able to curate the best pieces of content that are on the web right now and put them into an amazing value-packed newsletter. So you may add a couple of comments about how you love this piece of content or how it relates to your particular niche, but at the end of the day, you're not the one coming up with the major ideas or the really big pieces of content that you're linking to. In contrast, a knowledge expert would be sharing their insights and ideas to a particular niche, whether it be providing strategies and tips to help people in their businesses or their lives or whatever it is that you're focusing on, or it may be diving deep into case studies or even storytelling how you've experienced something and what you've learned from it. But your newsletter could also be a combination of both. So here's the question I know you're asking: how exactly does a newsletter business actually make money? Well, I'm going to share 4 ways that you can be creating revenue in your newsletter. First up is sponsorship. So this will require a little bit of work on your end to build relationships with brands that want to get in front of your audience. So you can offer a space in your newsletter for a fee that is dedicated to brands that are really wanting to advertise their products or their services to your community. In most cases, your sponsorship fee will be directly determined by how many subscribers you have, so it's really important to focus on that growth of growing your list. But a rough guide of how much you could be charging: for a list of 1,000 subscribers, you might charge $100. For 10,000 subscribers, you might charge $1,000. And for 100,000 subscribers, you might charge $10,000 for a spot in your newsletter. Second is affiliate links, and this is a really easy one to get started. You just need to work out what brands are relevant to your audience that you could promote in your newsletter with an affiliate link. So affiliate link means that when your subscribers click that link in your email newsletter, they'll be taken to the web page, but it will be to a unique link on that web page, which means that they will be able to track generally for 30 days or so. If that person keeps coming back to that website and finally buys something, then you'll get a commission from sending them there. The most important thing to think about are what are the affiliate brands that are most relevant to your audience that you can talk about, but are actually products and services that you've used personally, so you can recommend them with integrity. Number 3 is an ad network. So much like you'd see on a blog where there's a whole lot of ads down the side or maybe inside a blog article, some email platforms are actually creating their own ad network. So they're working with certain brands to create a library of ads that you can pop into your newsletter and then receive some sort of commission for how many clicks you have. Generally, you're paid based on how many thousand clicks are made on that ad. So really you need a big audience for this to be a money maker for you. And number 4 is to upsell to a paid newsletter. So you can do this in a couple of ways. You could have a completely different newsletter that is on a paid subscription, or you could gate the content on your newsletter for paid subscribers. So that means that your free subscribers will be getting a portion of your email, but for them to view the rest of the email, they'll need to subscribe to a paid plan. Or even a paid subscription may just be another value add or connection point to working with you. Maybe it's an exclusive Facebook group or some other way to connect with you. While you can totally use any email software platform to get started with an email newsletter business, the one I recommend for really helping you grow your list and make money from it is Beehive. So you can get started for free, which is incredible. It's a great place to start, especially if you have a list of 0 or a very small list to get started. They have inbuilt tools to help you grow your audience. So you're not doing this thing on your own. You don't have to have a big social media following to be growing your email list. They have a native ad network, which you can take advantage of, and it means that all that heavy lifting is done for you. They also have an ability for AI content generation. They're able to monetize your newsletter as well. I would totally recommend checking it out for yourself and setting up a free account via the link below. They're consistently improving and growing and becoming a better platform for content creators. So I reckon it's going to be an amazing place for anyone wanting to delve deeper into this newsletter business niche and start building some real revenue from it. So I hope you love this video. If you've got any more questions about email newsletter businesses, I'd love to answer them below, because this is something that I'm going to be focusing more on as a revenue stream in my own business, and I'm going to be sharing my journey and how it's going for me. So I'm really excited to share all that with you. If you've loved this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you are new here, because like I said, I'm going to be sharing my journey about starting an email newsletter business. So keep an eye out for that one. But that's it for me for today. So until next time, bye for now.